In my years walking this earth, I have seen them come. Soft voices, warm smiles, arriving exactly when you feel most alone. And you want to believe. Because believing feels better than doubting. But my elders taught me, not every fire is there to warm you. Some are there to burn you. After 60, the mistakes you make with trust, they don't just cost you time, they cost your peace, your sleep, pieces of a life you spent decades building with your own hands. Today I want to sit with you and share 7 truths that could protect everything you have left to live.
There are people who come into your life smiling. They speak softly, they offer help. They seem to arrive exactly when you need someone the most. And you, who have lived so much, who have seen so much, feel something quiet and strange inside. A doubt you try to push away because you want to believe in the goodness of people. But time passes, and slowly you discover that the smile was hiding something, that the help had a price, that the kindness had a destination it never told you about. After 60, mistakes of trust don't just cost you time, they cost peace, they cost sleep. They cost pieces of a life you spent decades building with your own hands. I want to sit with you for a moment today, not to teach you, not to lecture you, only to share what I have learned watching people, watching seasons change, watching rivers find their way back to the ocean, what my elders whispered to me around fires that no longer burn. These are not rules written in a book. They are things that life carved into me slowly, year by year, loss by loss, silence by silence, things I wish someone had placed gently in my hands when I was still young enough to avoid certain wounds, and things that, even now, I believe can save you from carrying pain you were never meant to carry. Before we continue, take a moment to check if you are already subscribed to this channel, and tell me in the comments, what country are you watching from today? I love seeing how many different people gather here to share these reflections. The first truth: beautiful words do not replace character. You have heard people speak beautifully your entire life. Some of those people kept every promise they ever made. They showed up when it was raining. They stayed when staying was inconvenient. They held your hand through things no one should have to go through alone. Others disappeared the moment things got heavy, the moment you needed something real from them. Words are easy. They flow without effort. They cost nothing and require no sacrifice. Anyone who has lived among people long enough knows how to say the right thing at the right moment. Character is different. Character is what a person does when no one is watching, when there is nothing to gain, when helping you means giving something up, when telling you the truth is harder than telling you what you want to hear. I have known people in my life who never spoke beautifully, rough voices, few words. They were not poetic, they were not charming, but when something needed to be done, they were already doing it before you finished asking. And I have known people who always said the most wonderful things. Every sentence sounded like a gift wrapped carefully and placed in your hands. But when the storm came, when the difficulty arrived, when the moment required something beyond words, they were already gone. You are old enough now to stop being moved only by what people say. Start paying attention to what they do. Watch what they do when there is nothing left in it for them. Watch how they behave when you have nothing to offer. Watch what they choose when the truth is hard and silence would have been so much easier for everyone. That is where a person's real self lives. Not in their words, in their choices. And after 60, you deserve to surround yourself only with people whose choices have earned your presence. The second truth: not every warm smile is sincere. Warmth is the easiest thing in the world to perform. A smile, a gentle voice, eyes that seem to truly see you, a hand placed softly on your shoulder at exactly the right moment. These things feel real. They feel like safety. They feel like home. And when you are older, when some days feel quieter than they should, when the world around you seems to be moving fast while you stand still, that warmth is something you naturally move toward, like a fire on a cold night. But some people have learned that warmth opens doors. They are not cruel people. They are not monsters with dark eyes and cold hearts. They are simply people who have discovered somewhere along the way that being gentle with the right person at the right time can bring them something they want. They smile at you because they have a reason to smile at you, and they are patient about it. They do not rush. They let the warmth build slowly, naturally, like something real. I am not telling you to stop trusting people. I am not asking you to walk through the rest of your life with your heart locked behind stone walls, afraid of every new face. That is not living. That is just a different kind of loneliness. I am saying to let time do its quiet work. Because genuine warmth does not change depending on what you can offer. It does not grow cold when you say no. It does not disappear when you are going through something difficult, and there is nothing pleasant to receive from being around you. Watch how someone treats you when you are not useful to them. Watch how they speak about you when you are not in the room. Watch what happens to their kindness when you set a limit they did not expect. That is when you will know if the warmth was real or borrowed. The people who are still warm when there is nothing left in it for them, those are the ones worth keeping close. Those are the ones worth trusting with what is most fragile inside you. The third truth. A person in a hurry usually wants something. There is a natural rhythm to relationships that are real. They build slowly. They deepen with time. They do not demand. They do not push. They allow space for doubt, for questions, for the slow unfolding of one person in front of another. When someone moves too fast, when they want to be close before you have had time to truly know them, when they seem eager and urgent and almost desperate to earn your trust, pay attention to that feeling that rises inside you. That unease you feel is not old age making you difficult. It is not fear speaking. It is not the closed heart of someone who has been hurt too many times. It is wisdom, quiet, steady, earned wisdom. Real affection does not come with urgency. People who genuinely care about you will wait. They will give you time to think and to feel and to decide at whatever pace belongs to you. They will not make you feel guilty for moving slowly. They will not make you feel old-fashioned or overly cautious or unkind. They will simply wait, because you matter more to them than whatever it is they might be waiting for. But someone who wants something from you, your trust, your money, your signature, access to your home or your family, they cannot afford to wait, because time works against them. The more time you have, the more clearly you begin to see, the more questions you begin to ask, the more your quiet doubt grows into something you can no longer ignore. So they create urgency where there should be none. They make opportunities feel like they are disappearing. They make you feel like hesitation is a mistake. Whenever someone seems to be in a hurry to earn your trust, slow down even more than you normally would. Give them time to reveal themselves. Real intentions always do, eventually. The fourth truth. Trust must grow slowly like a tree. You have never planted a seed in the morning and expected shade by afternoon. You know better than anyone that the most valuable things in life take time. A marriage that lasts decades. A friendship that survives the worst years. A child who becomes someone you admire. These things are not built in a season. Trust is the same. It grows through small and quiet moments that accumulate over time. Through a promise kept when breaking it would have been easy. Through honesty delivered when a comfortable lie was available. Through someone who showed up again and again, without fanfare, without expecting anything in return. There are people who will want your trust immediately. Who tell you everything about themselves in the first conversation, as though the depth of their sharing obligates you to share equally. Who make you feel, somehow, that you have known each other forever, before you have ever faced anything difficult together. That feeling is powerful, and sometimes it is real, but sometimes it is a door being opened before you were ready to walk through it. Real trust is not a feeling. It is a record. It is built from evidence, not from emotion. From what someone has actually done across time and circumstance, not from how they make you feel when everything is easy and pleasant, and there is no reason yet to behave badly. Give your trust in small amounts. Watch carefully what happens to it. Does this person honor what you shared? Do they protect what you told them? Or does it travel to places you never intended? Do they stay consistent, or do they change when the circumstances change and being consistent would cost them something? Trust slowly, and let the ones who deserve it earn it, one season at a time, the way every real and lasting thing is earned. Before I continue, I want to share something with you. Many of the reflections I've been gathering over the years, about aging, about peace, about the quiet lessons that modern life tends to leave behind, have been brought together in a book called The Last Teachings. It is written the same way an elder would speak to someone sitting quietly beside him. Simple words, honest thoughts. No rush. If you want to go deeper into these teachings, you will find the link in the first comment below. The fifth truth. People who can be trusted will always respect your limits. Something becomes clearer as you get older. You know what drains you and what restores you. You know how much you can give before you have nothing left to give. You know which conversations leave you feeling full and which ones leave you feeling empty in a way that takes days to recover from. And some people will not accept those limits. They push past what you have clearly said. They make you feel selfish for protecting your energy, your time, your heart. They say things like, you used to be different. You have changed. You are not the person I thought you were. They say these things because your limit is standing between them and something they want. A person who truly respects you will hear your no without punishing you for it. They will not argue. They will not guilt you. They will not grow distant and cold to teach you a lesson about the consequences of disappointing them. They will say, I understand, and something in the way they say it will let you know they mean it. That is one of the clearest signs of someone worth holding close. Not someone who agrees with everything you want or never asks anything of you, but someone who understands, without needing it explained, that you have the right to decide what belongs inside your life and what does not. After 60, you do not have the energy to spend defending your boundaries to people who should already understand why those boundaries exist. The people who love you will understand. The people who do not understand do not love you. They love what they were receiving from you, and those are two very different things. The sixth truth. Loneliness can make a person more vulnerable than they realize. I say this one carefully, because it is the truth that carries the most weight. There are days when the silence in your home feels heavier than it should, when the children are busy and distant, when old friends have passed or moved far away, when the world seems to spin faster and faster while you feel yourself standing still, when you would give almost anything just to feel that someone truly sees you, that someone is glad you are here. Those days are real. That feeling is real and deep and human. And there are people in this world who know how to recognize it from a distance. They find their way toward the lonely. They offer warmth and attention and conversation that feels meaningful. They make you feel seen and valued and important in ways you had almost forgotten were possible. And for a while it is genuinely beautiful. But sometimes, not always, but sometimes, that attention is part of something careful and patient and calculated. Something that only becomes clear when it is already too late to protect yourself from what has already been taken. I am not saying to close your heart. Loneliness is a wound, and connection is how it heals. I would never ask you to heal it by adding more distance. I am saying to bring someone you trust into the picture when something new arrives in your life, a son or a daughter, a friend who has known you across many years. Let them meet this new person. Let them observe what you observe. Let them ask the questions that your happiness might be making you forget to ask. Loneliness makes us want to believe. It makes us lean toward the light when we have been in the dark. And wanting to believe is not weakness. It is one of the most honest and human things about us, but it is also the door through which harm most quietly enters. Protect that door, not with suspicion, not with coldness, with the steady, patient wisdom of someone who has already lived through enough to know the difference between light that warms and light that blinds. The seventh truth. Your intuition notices things long before your mind finds the words for them. You have lived more than 6 decades on this earth. You have felt winter arrive before the first cold wind. You have known when a conversation was about to turn before the first difficult word was spoken. You have felt the weight of a silence that said more than the words surrounding it. All of those years are not just memory stored somewhere inside you. They live in your body, in the way your chest tightens when something is wrong before you can name what it is, in the way your stomach unsettles when the words and the face do not quite match, in the way a conversation leaves you drained when it should have left you feeling something lighter. That feeling is not paranoia. It is not age making you suspicious of everything that moves. It is decades of lived experience speaking to you in the only language that arrives before thought does. Your intuition is faster than your reasoning. It has been watching and listening and processing since long before you sat down and decided to think carefully about something. It notices the small inconsistency, the hesitation that lasted a half-second too long, the smile that arrived slightly after the words instead of with them. When that quiet voice rises inside you and says something is not right, do not argue with it. You do not need proof to slow down. You do not need evidence to ask more questions. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone before you decide to take a step back and watch a little longer. Trust what you feel. Not every feeling will be correct. Sometimes caution will cost you a connection that would have been beautiful, and that is a loss worth mourning. But in my experience, the wounds that take the longest to heal are not the ones that came from being too careful. They are the ones that came from knowing something was wrong and choosing to look away. You did not survive everything you have survived by ignoring what your body already knew. If these words have touched something inside you, perhaps you would like to know more about the last teachings. In it, I gathered some of the most important lessons about loneliness, relationships, inner peace, and what truly matters as the years pass and the seasons change. And when you receive the book, you will also receive something special, a teaching called The Secrets of the First Hour, about the quiet habits that many elders considered sacred for beginning each day with intention and with peace. The link is in the first comment below. I want to leave you with one last thought before we part ways today. Trust is not something you give or take away all at once. It is something that builds slowly the way a good home is built, stone by stone, season by season, through patience and attention and the willingness to wait for something real. Some people will deserve every piece of the trust you offer them. They will hold what you give them with care. They will protect it. They will return it to you multiplied, in moments you did not expect and did not ask for. And those people, those rare, steady, consistent, patient people, are worth more than anything else the world can offer you at this stage of life. Others will not deserve it. They will take what you give them and leave you standing in the quiet confusion of someone who gave,